with the show, live, local, topical, and relevant. So in a first test of President Trump's endorsement power, very interesting coming out of Indiana. So far, 2 Trump-endorsed candidates have won. In total, 7 state senators have faced a Trump-endorsed challenger. So far, 2 have won. Let's see here. I'll tell you right now. Holdman, who is a veteran lawmaker, State Senator Travis Holdman, he's been serving in the state Senate in Indiana since 2008. He lost to Trump-endorsed fighter. And let's see, the other person who lost is Jim Buck, who was 80. He was going to step down, got back into the race, and he lost to County Commissioner Tracy Powell. A third candidate, Greg Good, State Senator Greg Good, he won his primary against 2 challengers, so he's already won. So Trump right now is 2-1, and now another one just popped up. Davis, let's see, they handed it to guy by the name of Davis. I have it right here. Hold on one second, my friends. I'm scrolling through. Davis is running against Walker. Hold on one second, my friends. He is also a Trump-endorsed candidate, I believe. Yes, State Senator Greg Walker. He was set to retire last year after 20 years, but he reversed course amid the redistricting fight. He just lost to State Representative Michelle Davis. She spent $73,000 on ads. Outside groups funneled more than $1.3 million in support of Davis. So money flowed in, and so you don't know if it's the Trump endorsement. Yes, it probably is, but a bunch of money came in behind it. So far, President Trump is 3-1 of 8 races. And DeVries is another Trump-endorsed candidate. He's got 72.9% right now with 35% in. It's probably going to be the 4th person, so we'll keep an eye on that so far. But so far, the president has 3 of his candidates have won in Indiana, and 1 state senator has won his race and kept his seat. So we'll keep abreast of that. I want to talk about Buddy Carter, who's running for Senate, wrote He wrote an op-ed in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and I want to read it for you. Yes, here it is right here. So here's his op-ed, and it's interesting to me, but I do want to cover it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to read it to you by Representative Buddy Carter for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Georgia's at a crossroads, and the choice in front of us is simple. We either fight to win or we let Democrats tilt the field against us. Interesting opening line. We either fight to win and tilt the field tilt the field for us, or we let the Democrats do it against us, right? Across the country, states are acting. They are redrawing maps, leveling the playing field. No one's leveling the playing field. They're just writing seats. No one's leveling the playing field, right? And making sure their voters are fully represented. They know what is at stake. Georgia needs to act. State leaders have pointed to timing concerns with voting already underway for 2026, but the stakes are too high to sit this one out. No one's sitting it out. Everyone's just simply saying that people have already started voting. Are you just going to cancel my vote? No, it's not for you to do. The U.S. Supreme Court opened the door by making clear that race cannot be used to draw congressional districts. Well, what district in Georgia has been drawn due to race? I thought they tried that, and then the court stepped in and they had to redraw the districts. Isn't that what happened 4 years ago? So name for me a district in Georgia that's been drawn based on race. Please, someone. The U.S. Supreme Court opened the door by making clear that race cannot be used to draw a congressional district. That gives Georgia a chance to fix maps that do not reflect where our voters actually stand. What does that mean? What does that absolutely mean? There's not one district in the state of Georgia that was drawn based on race. Not a single one. District 1 is primarily white, 56%. District 3, largely white, approximately 63%. District 4, predominantly black, nearly 50%. Majority minority, roughly 48% black, 30% white, 11% Hispanic, 6% Asian in District 5. District 7, very diverse. A white population, 64%. Asian, 14%. Hispanic, 11%. District 8 in Georgia, predominantly white, 57.5%. District 11, majority white, 66%. District 12, roughly 50% white and 36% black. District 13, a majority district with nearly 50% black population and high Hispanic Asian representation. District 14, majority white. What district in Georgia has been drawn due to race? So why would we call a special section for any reason to redraw maps, except to tilt it in our favor? Now, you can't go around and saying, well, we don't want the Democrats to do it, so we'll do it first. As a voter, I'm against that. Now, I know my Republican friends will say, well, if they're going to do it, we need to do it first. Do what first? What are you going to do? You're going to take Sanford's bishop's seat, smash that into it to make it a more Republican seat and get him out of there? You can do that. But why would you? Because it's only going to be followed by a court case. And you know what the court case is going to say? You redistrict Sanford Bishop's 2nd Congressional District by race. And they say, no, we didn't. We did it for a Republican Party. No, you did it by race because all the people that you moved are white. You did it by race. It's a silly op-ed by Buddy Carter. And I like Buddy Carter, but it's silly. Call a special session, redraw the maps. What maps are you going to redraw? Delay the House primaries if needed. Why would you do that? Why would you delay the House primaries? We're voting. We started voting 2 weeks ago. We got 2 weeks to go. May 19th is 2 weeks from today. You're just going to stop. Start all over. And there's conservatives out there who want this to happen. And I'm saying to myself, really? So let's say Democrats win. Let's say you redraw and independents are furious and Democrats take over the state house and the state senate. Maybe not this election cycle, maybe 2028, maybe 2030. And they said, you know what? We're going to redraw the maps. What will you say then? What will you do then? Will you jump up and down? Will you, oh my God, oh my God. What are you going to do then? I hate this about politics. And I know. But remember, the state Supreme Court said you can't do it via race. It doesn't mean it's a mad dash to now redraw every district to your advantage. I don't want one-party rule. I don't want it for Democrats. I don't want it for Republicans. And if you're a real patriot and you're a real conservative, you don't want it either. If you're standing around screaming and yelling, redraw the maps and make this a one-party country, you are not a conservative. Not by any definition that I know about. You're a party apparatchik no different than the communists. Your party is just Republicans. I don't like it. Call me what you will, say what you want, yell at me, say what you want, but I'm telling you right now, if you call yourself a patriot, if you call yourself a conservative, if you call yourself a Republican, and you want maps redrawn all over the country to make this country all red, you are not any of those things. You're a communist. You're a party faithful. You're no different than the Russians, no different than the Chinese. Your party is just not the Communist Party. Your party is the Republican Party. And I am not with you on that one. It's the Shelley Winter Show. We'll be right back.